Your neighbor just turned their apartment into a hotel. Now your rent is climbing and apartments are disappearing. This isn't just about one person making extra money. When short-term rental platforms exploded in the 2010s, they fundamentally rewired how landlords think about their buildings. A unit that used to house a long-term tenant paying $1,200 a month could suddenly generate $3,000 or $4,000 monthly through nightly bookings. The math is simple. The consequences aren't. So what happens when enough landlords make that choice? The housing supply shrinks. A city has only so many apartments. When thousands convert from permanent rentals to tourist lodging, fewer homes remain for people who actually live and work there. Cities like Barcelona, New York, and San Francisco watched entire neighborhoods transform into transient zones. Long-term renters got priced out or displaced. Here's where it gets tighter. Fewer rentals means higher rents for everyone left. Basic supply and demand. When demand stays constant but supply drops, prices rise. Renters who couldn't afford to leave found themselves paying 15, 20, sometimes 30% more within a few years. Families that had lived in neighborhoods for generations suddenly couldn't. But here's the twist. Landlords weren't acting out of malice. They were responding to incentives. Short-term rental platforms made it easier, safer, and more profitable to rent nightly than yearly. Tax collection, guest vetting, payment processing, platforms handled it. Why take the long-term risk when the short-term return was so much higher? The system itself rewarded the behavior. Local governments eventually noticed. Some cities capped short-term rental licenses. Others required owner occupancy. You could only rent your own home short-term, not investment properties. A few banned them outright in residential zones. These policies aimed to preserve housing stock, but they also revealed something. The market alone didn't solve the problem. The economic impact wasn't uniform. Tourism-heavy neighborhoods saw business booms, restaurants, shops, services thrived, but residential neighborhoods turned into ghost towns by day. Schools lost students, grocery stores closed, communities fractured. You can't measure that in dollars, but you can feel it in the streets. So here's the answer. Short-term rental platforms accelerated housing scarcity and pushed rents higher in desirable cities. They shifted ownership incentives from long-term housing to hospitality. The platforms themselves didn't cause the problem, they revealed and amplified it. The real issue is always simple: not enough homes, too many people who want to live in them. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. If you want to understand the hidden forces reshaping where we live and what we pay, subscribe. New deep dives drop weekly. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.